Hey there, everyone. I see Silverwings in the chat. How you doing, man? Yeah, this is a request I got. I got it yesterday, and they wanted it for today. And I'm like, okay, I can make time for the theatrical cut commentary of Aliens, which I do have the 35 millimeter version on my computer. Pretty much, it starts with a countdown, but I'm going to start it right when, as soon as you see the Fox logo popping up. That's when I'm going to start it. Hey there, Lucas. Hey there, Randy. But yeah, Predminator is the one who requested this. So I'll start and stuff, at least when he pops up here. Had to change it because I accidentally put it at 8:30, but it's at 8. Hey there, Predminator. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, again, Lucas, it's going to be a while before I get to them, but I'll get to them whenever I can, man. So thank you. It's going to be a while, though. Have a lot of stuff to get caught up on. My favorite version is the special edition, but for this one, it's the theatrical cut that we're doing. Hey there, Chaz. So, Premiere, I said this on the cut I sent you. I'm going to start about 13 seconds in, which is about as soon as the Fox logo is popping up. So for you, Predminator, on that link, it'll be about 13 seconds in. No, I didn't watch SpongeBob on TV, Randy. Sadly, I've seen Alien 2 on Earth, sadly. And it wasn't fucking worth anything. It's a horrible... Unless you love the sight of a butthole, as in a point of view of a butthole coming at you. Because that's what chases someone in a bowling alley at the end, is the point of view of a butthole. Or Aliens is my favorite, Lucas. But yeah, Premiere, I don't know if you heard me. On the 35 millimeter I sent you, I'm going to be starting about 13 seconds in. Impregnating you is probably how the alien says hello. Well, it's a hell of a hello, but maybe P. Diddy can have a conference on that. I mean, with all the slime. Okay. Well, then, I mean, for anyone who's watching along, I'm going to be like, as soon as you see the Fox logo popping up, that's where I'll be. Hey there, Jeremy. Hey there, Chaz, once again. Oh, hey there, Apollo. I know the ending. I'm not going to say it, but I already know the ending of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I will only say it if people ask me on the chat here. But yes, I know what the ending of the new I Know What You Did Last Summer is. I know who the killer is. So if people want to know, let me know. Hey there, Alex. I've been doing okay. I can't complain. Got some Mellow Yellow here. We're going to be watching a good film in a bit. Just starting up, letting people come into the chat. I didn't see the new Mortal Kombat trailer. Hey there, Dins. So does anyone want to know the ending to I Know What You Did Last Summer? Okay, Chaz, you say do tell, but okay, is there anyone who doesn't want to know? I'll say this. Is there anyone in the chat who does not want to know the ending to the new I Know What You Did Last Summer? Oh, I know the justification as well, Apollo. I know the justification. Do you want to hear that? Yeah, Aliens is my favorite film. It's become my favorite film. Okay. There's two. Okay, I Know What You Did Last Summer ending. 5, 4. I'll do this. I'll have this drink up. When the spoilers are gone, this drink will be down. Again, when this drink is down, the spoilers of I Know You Did Last Summer will be done. That's just me being fair. There's two killers, and one of them is Freddie Prinze Jr. Supposedly the reason is he doesn't like the fact that people haven't learned to not, do this and keep secrets. So now he's going to be the one to teach the children that you need to know what you did last summer. And you need to stop this, hid the body, hiding this shit. It's the dumbest shit I've heard in a while. Oh, I mean, Freddie Prinze Jr. is a villain in real life, so there's that, but it's so fucking stupid, and it's gonna be so fucking dumb. Thank God no one has requested that movie for me to review. Thank God, at least not yet. Yeah, he might as well be fucking Silent Night, Deadly Night. Naughty. Hey, Team Ben. But yeah, that's the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. And I'm like, I mean, I don't mind the first I Know We Did Last Summer. The sequel's not so much. Although you do have Jack Black trying to be a black guy. But yeah, that's the killer. Well, it's one of two, and I Know We Did Last Summer, and it's the dumbest shit. It does sound dumb as fuck, but I shouldn't be surprised. Because it's 2025. It's the year of dumb as fuck. Remember, guys, the Epstein list is a hoax. All this, dumb shit. Well, Team Pin, were you in here when I said who the killer was in the new one? Or killers? That's the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. Lucius, I don't know. Team Ben, do you want to know who the killer is? I don't know why you had hope for Stream 7. Stream 5 and 6 sucked. Stream 5 and 6, in my opinion, were fucking horrible, so I don't know why. Okay, Crystal, I guess I won't spoil it for you. Well, I was Team Pin, but if Crystal's going to see in 3 hours, I guess I won't spoil it. Unless Crystal doesn't care. Otherwise, I won't tell Team Pin. Okay, cover your ears. When I put this down, okay, so Team Pin, the killer, I know he did last summer, the new one, and when this is down, there'll be no spoiler. It's Freddie Prinze Jr. and another person. It's Freddie Prinze Jr. and another person. And Freddie Prinze Jr. is doing it because I'm tired of these people hitting people and not taking their responsibilities. So I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them. I'm tired of people hitting people and not their responsibilities, and they should know what they did last summer. I'm tired of this shit. So and he's helping some other girl or something. So there's two killers, and one is Freddie Prinze Jr. Now, hey, maybe this was a giant troll job and it's not that, but if it is, I will laugh my fucking ass off. Hey, for all I know, this was some massive troll job that's on Reddit and all over just because people hate Freddie Prinze Jr. for good reason. But I will laugh my ass off if it's the fucking truth. I will laugh my ass off. Hey, Tatted, hope you're doing well. Hey there, Master Crane. You're talking about AVP Requiem. Be nice if there were lights in that movie. Tatted, I can't complain. But I know Predminator's in here, so we'll get this started pretty quick. He sent in the request, the paid request. And he sent in the paid request for me to do a commentary on the theatrical cut of Aliens. No problem, Crystal. Hey there, Fadi. Hope you're doing well. Again, this was a request from Predminator. Sorry about that. Sorry, just getting it set up here. But I'm paused at the beginning. I'm paused at the point where the Fox logo is about like just showing up. I will count down from 4 just to be different. Doing well, Xavier. Hello there, Aragorn. That's cool, Alex. So 4, 3, 2, 1, pressing play. And we have the Fox logo popping up, going through its trumpets and glory. It's going to fade out about now. And then we have the first text will be it's black, it's black, it's black. Back in black in the sack. A Brandywine production. So there we go. It's always cool to see this stuff in 35 millimeter. The scratches and stuff just give a bit more of that tangible realness to it. Michael Bean, of course, has got a podcast. Paul Reiser, who plays a dick in the movie. 20th Century Fox on this. Terry Hinn. Bill Paxton, William Hope, Rita Ross, Al Matthews. I don't know why when I was a kid this opening creeped me out. I think it's just the music, that kind of ethereal. I think as a little kid, just kind of freaky to me. And we have the start of James Horner's score. May rest. Yeah, sadly, I mean, there you go. James Horner, Stan Winston, Bill Paxton. Rest in peace to all of them. You saw the Aliens 4K paused at Burke when he shuts the doors and his eyes look AI butchered. Well, that's the thing. AI is not where they think it is. Maybe that's a good thing for certain things, but AI is not where they think it's at. They think AI is an easy fix, and it's not. Hey there, RJ. Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite film of 1986. Of course, James Cameron at this point had done The Terminator, Piranha 2, although he got pretty much fired during Piranha 2. Then he did The Terminator. He wrote the first draft of Rambo First Blood Part 2, which started with Rambo in an insane asylum. And I think that was one of the scripts where it was supposed to be like more of a buddy movie with him and John Travolta. But then things changed. And I know the way James Cameron said is he wrote all the action and Storm wrote all the politics. It just seems like him and Stallone didn't get along. Maybe I'm wrong on that. And then you got this. And of course, had a tough time filming overseas because the crew kept comparing him to Ridley Scott. You know, who's this guy? Who's this Grizzly Adams? And his wife or girlfriend is a producer. And there's always that story about tea time. James Cameron's like, what the fuck is tea time? We need to get this shit done. I would assume that I would think if you're writing a script to a Rambo, with the way Stallone is, and he wants a lot of hands-on with his projects, I would think he would have met Stallone, and Stallone would have... Stallone seems like the guy would be a bit controlling. So we have the scanner here. I know this sounds dumb, but what's sad is they do this with CGI, just the scan thing, but at 86, you had to find other techniques, other ways to do it, which gave much more, like, something physical you actually had to do and showcase. You have the mist over the crowd. Nice touch there. A bit of frost. I mean, she's been asleep for 57 years. Bound to be a little bit of condensation among other stuff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good movies Cameron did at one point. The Abyss, True Lies, Terminator 2. But I'm not a fan of Avatar. I'm not a fan of Titanic. And he's kind of a fucking pansy ass nowadays. I regret using guns. And the Taz, the luckiest son bitch in the whole franchise, because he's the only one that lives. Because he gets left behind and didn't die. Everybody else dies. If you had a conversation with James Cameron, what would you talk to him about? I don't know. Why did he become a bitch about guns? I don't know what I would talk to him about. I mean, I don't know what to talk to him about because he prefers digital over film. He praise. I like that detail, the Wayland on the medical. Like, if you look at the equipment that was attached on the side, you saw a W for Wayland on there. That was a nice little detail. Well, no, I mean, he wants to make Avatar 4 and 5. Of course, Paul Reiser, which... yeah, Burke always... I mean, they try to make it seem as if he's not the asshole, of course, but we know that's not true. Of course, Paul Reiser would be on the TV show Mad About You with Helen Hunt. On many other stuff. Yeah, it probably would be my second favorite of 86, Daniel. Because I love that film. Well, the big surprise would have been if he was an okay guy. And I mean, I'm sure there was a bit of hesitance to making a sequel at all. Because, okay, what do you do for Alien 2? How do you do... What story do you tell? But it's like we changed genre. We make it more of an action film. Now, I remember when I first saw this, I knew this had to be some kind of dream, because if you watch a trailer, you see that she's in more of the other movie. This is just to... The chest burster is such a famous scene in the first film. people don't be thinking about that, so just get it out of the way. A chest burster type. Did Ash sabotage the escape ship too? No, I don't think he did. I would say if he wanted to sabotage it, he would have found a way to have it like blow up eventually or something. I think he even says you just slipped through and it's lucky we ever found you. Slept enough. I don't know who's a bigger joke. That's a. I mean, James Cameron's more disappointing because I was a bigger Cameron fan than George Lucas fan because I like this a lot more. I don't mind Star Wars, but I like this a lot more. Yeah, Jonesy, the one survivor of these movies. Yeah, Kodo, rest in peace to him. Not just his character, but him in real life, Harry Dean Stanton. Of course, in the special edition, this scene is a bit longer. They cut out the bit where she pretty much gets demoted. You might as well say fired, but demoted, how you want to put it. Now, this scene was always so believable to me because, of course, they worry about the money. It's less about the people that died. See, I wasn't able to read the bio. I guess I never thought to reading it up close. Bayou. Yeah, we're not there yet with that line, but that is one of my favorite lines. Good, I just blew out the goddamn airlock. Like I said. And this bitch, this fucking got Tim Control's haircut from Star Trek 6, this bitch. There you go, there's the line. And this fucking bitch just, yes, because God forbid space is this limited type of thing that you may not have known a fucking alien species. Because we've been to all space already. I mean, if we've been to space, wouldn't it be like obviously there's some type of creatures in this universe because the Marines mention another bug hunt. So it's not like the idea of aliens is that wild or crazy. It makes me wonder what other bug hunts these Marines went on. What other bug hunts did they fight and battle? Obviously, it would have been other alien species. Was it like maybe the creatures like Starship Troopers? Some other stuff? You know? That would have been cool to have like an animated movie that was like a prequel. Not live action, like animated, have the voices. Voices of Michael Biehn, voices of Mark Rolston, Jeanette Goldstein. Have the voices and see what the Marines did before. Because I love to see their bug hunts. Of course, this would have been done when Bill Paxton was with us. Shake It Bake Colony. Was it 60 or 70 families? There you go. I thought I was going to get that number wrong, but there you go. I've seen this a few times. But yeah, in the special edition, of course, that again, that was a bit longer where you saw. I can't remember when in the special edition. I think it was here where they showed what was the whole group, the whole facility, all the families, the kids, Newt and the family seeing the derelicts. I think it was here. That's the one thing I don't think you need in the special edition, which I have another 35 millimeter that has their whole film 35 millimeter, and it puts all the extra stuff except that big scene. So that's the version I watch, because all the other stuff I like added. The other bit, seeing Newt and all of them, it's interesting as a deleted scene. It didn't need to be part of the movie. So I didn't. I have a 35 millimeter. That's the special edition, but without the Hadley Hope scene. We got William Hope, who was in the video game Alien Isolation, which I thought that was cool. William Hope did. Yeah, Hadley's Hope, Predminator. I have a 35 millimeter of this that is 35 millimeter for all the film. It adds in the other special edition scenes except the Hadley's Hope scene, which I should prefer not being in it. So that's the version I watch. But yeah, William Hope, again, cool that he was in the video game Alien Isolation. See, I like this build-up because you really have to make the audience believe that this girl would go back into possible danger. We've seen that she's had psych evaluations. We see that she's had multiple nightmares. We're shown a nightmare at the beginning. We see her getting scared throughout, that short time. She has doubts. She's not cocky. She's not, I'll be iconic. I have to do all this shit. She's a human being. She's scared. She's smoking. Back when people smoked in film. She's kind of like hesitant until, and she's going to have another nightmare in which gotta find a way to face her demons. Gotta find a way to get rid of these nightmares. Empower yourself. Not because of feminism but because she feels like she could have done more, she could have accomplished more. Plus, you gotta think in her mindset, she still is thinking about the death of her daughter that she didn't get to see. Now, obviously, you don't know in this cut, but you have to think in filming, that's probably in her mindset is, I didn't get to see my daughter. She died. I could never seen her again. So that was taken away from me. So yeah, I think that's also the mindset within her psyche. Oh, thank you, Business of Fear. Yeah, I figure just do something different with the thumbnail. I mean, I could just do the poster of aliens, but I'm like, I like Raphael. It's part of my username. I just put it in there. So thank you. Hope you're doing well, Business of Fear. Well, Predminator, let me know when you download that. Well, Predminator, let me know what do you want, because you can either download the one I sent you, or I could delete it because I need more room. I could give you the one that's the other 35 millimeter that has the special edition but without the Hadley's Hope. Just let me know which one you want. Because if you want the other one, I'll delete the one I have on there so I could upload the other one, because I can't have both of them on there because it's too much. Yeah, video phones. Well, she doesn't really become a one-person. I mean, I wouldn't call it a one-person army. It's just You gotta adapt. I mean, it's not like she kills 85. It's not like Commando. Like, when I think of one person, I'm thinking like Rambo or Commando. She doesn't like kill 85 aliens. I mean, you know what I mean? If she killed like 50 aliens, then maybe I could see your point, but no problem, Predminator. Uh, yeah, I think I could do that, Business of Fear. I think I could do that. I think I could do that. Love the look of the ship. I love that it looks like the pulse rifle. I'm sure on purpose. Mark Rolston, which actually I just saw him in Daylight, because that's a review coming up, and he had a bit role in that. Bill Paxton, rest in peace to him. Al Matthews, who was in the military, love his character. Every meal's a banquet. I love the Corps. I always love look into my eye. Here it comes. Of course, he does with the middle finger. Rico Ross, who was on Michael Bean's podcast. Yeah, Vasquez, which now it's how dare Jeanette Goldstein play Vasquez? So now they're trying to cancel Vasquez. Just, oh my God, it's horrible that, she was not, get the fuck out of here. What do you fucking do? I'm impressed. Yeah, The Departed, yeah. He was also in Rush Hour. He was one of the, I think, the FBI guys. He's one of the guys that I think Chris Tucker tells to kiss his ass at the end. No problem, Luis. It's just like the one really dumbass colonists. And it's progressive. The one you had was a man. It don't matter. Yeah, Luis's favorite film was RoboCop. Of course, Bill Paxton had been friends with James Cameron for a long time. And before this, he had a bit part Commando. It was like 30 seconds long, but he was in the Terminator, of course. He was one of the punks with James Cameron's film. But yeah, the Terminator is one of the punks at the beginning, where Brian Thompson, who was in Cobra. Then it was in Commando for a little bit. And then around this time, Weird Science. And then go on to Near Dark, Frailty. Of course, he had True Lies. A lot of good stuff. This is where she finds out he's an android. Of course, Lance Henriksen, of course, was one of the choices for the Terminator, him and O.J. Simpson. But then, they got Arnold. And instead, he was just one of the cops with Paul Winfield in the Terminator. He was in Piranha 2. So, I don't know if that was the first time James Cameron met with him. Was Piranha 2? I would think so. But then, again, he was in the big role in the Terminator, and then, of course, this would be with Bill Paxton and Jeanette Goldstein in Near Dark. And of course, he was in Hard Target. He was in Stone Cold. He was in Excessive Force with Thomas Ian Griffith. I can't really blame her. Damn android tried to stick a fucking magazine down her throat. I'd be fucking hating androids too. Just you don't like the cornbread either. Yeah, Bill Paxton, was a carpenter. Just like James Cameron got to start with Roger Corman. Stuff like Galaxy of Terror. Hudson, sir. He's Hicks. Hey there, Bobby. Hope you're doing well. So again, it makes me wonder what other bugs did they hunt before this? Yeah, the theatrical version is great, Luis. I prefer the special edition version, but the theatrical version is great. Watch Michael Bean mimic Vasquez says, "Oh, where they are? Okay, I'll keep an eye on that." Oh wow, I never noticed that. Huh. Wow, I'd never noticed that. But I guess it shows the routine where he's used to her saying this stuff. That she always gun ho to. This is all she says in every hunt. I just didn't know where that. Like she said this before. I mean, trying to think. Nah, I don't need a VHS tape. I mean, I don't really need VHS tapes of stuff, to be honest, because I don't have a VCR anyway, so. You steer that shit, Hudson. Cool. Okay, I didn't see that episode of the podcast. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, the Michael Bean podcast I heard is the one recently where his buddy wanted to get all political, and I'm like, come on, dude. Michael Bean should tell your buddy to shut up about his damn political bullshit. I mean, Michael Bean didn't say it, but it's like, tell your buddy to shut up. John Travolta, favorite. I don't know. Broken Arrow would be my favorite. Yeah, the Sulacral looks great. I love the look of these as well. Predecessor to what James Cameron would use in Avatar, where the bad guys would be using like bigger versions of these. And this scene may seem pointless in the first viewing, but we need to explain as to how she's able to control this is because, well, she's used to this stuff. So we set it up and you pay it off. This is what we did in films back in the day. You set something up and then you pay it off. I know it's a wild concept, but now I know there's a guy behind her. So that there's a guy like where she's at. There's a guy behind her, and there'd be jokes of his hard on or something, rubbing against her and stuff. something like that. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's a guy behind her helping move the shit. Where you want it. Yeah, but the power loader. Oh, thank you, Business of Fear. I'll get to that as soon as I can. Thank you so much, man. So, thank you. I appreciate that, Business of Fear. We'll do that when I can. Thank you, man. But yeah, James Horn did a great job on the score. I know he had a bit of an issue. Hey, not JPEG. Hope you're doing well, not JPEG. Hey, Off the Deep End. I prefer the extended cut, but this is for the theatrical cut because, well, something different. He Predminator requested and haven't done a commentary on the theatrical cut, so. But yeah, James Horner it's my favorite James Horner score. I know he had a lot of issues because like he wants to have the film as much done as possible to score to get the timing, but because of the kind of get it done to the last minute, it was a bit of a rush, and him and James Cameron didn't have a great relationship until I think James Cameron saw Braveheart and liked the score, so got James Horner to do Titanic, and then there you go. Not JP, I didn't see the trailer. Now, of course, to mention is yeah, James Horner, Bishop's Countdown. Yeah, that's a great piece of music. There's even a great piece of music that's in a different movie that was for this movie. If you remember Die Hard, when Reginald VelJohnson pulls the gun out and shoots the bad guy at the end, that music is from this movie, but they didn't put it in this movie. It was cut out. But since it's Fox, they took that music, they put it in Die Hard. Again, whenever you see Die Hard, when Reginald VelJohnson shot the guy at the end, Sergeant Al Powell, that music is James Horner's music from Aliens. It's just because I have the soundtrack, it's on the soundtrack. I think it was. It's. I think it was. I want to say is for when Ripley was pulling the thing and get out of the airlock. I think it was for that. Yeah, Bishop's Countdown was in a lot of movie trailers. It was in the trailer for From Dusk Till Dawn. It was in the trailer for a lot of movies. Well, not JPEG. I can't say it here, but I already know what the ending. Well, more than likely, I already know what the ending is, and if it's true, it's dumb as fuck. This is for the theatrical cut, Davey Vids. The request was for the theatrical cut. That was for the extended cut. But hope you're doing well, Davey Vids. By the way, Davey Vids, thank you for the request for Resident Evil Village. I hope you enjoyed it. And so I think I'm caught up with your request. But thank you, Davey Vids. I really had fun with that game. Now, of course, in Special Edition, we saw more of Bill Paxton, which I love the scene. We got knives, sharp sticks. We got ball breakers. Because that was in the extended cut. I made combat ones. Yeah, not JP without spoiling it. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably one of the films I've watched the most, but it made sense since it's become my favorite film. Like I don't get tired watching this. It's like Jaws or something. Never get tired watching it. No problem, Davey Vids. Thank you. Yeah. Now, of course, I should mention this because you briefly kind of see him. Uh, well, actually, real quick, like scratch Bruno, my thoughts. And Galaxy of Terror, I don't mind. I don't mind Galaxy of Terror because, I mean, I think it was ambitious for the budget they had. The ending is confusing. I don't really get what they were going for with the ending. It seems abrupt. It seems like there should be more to the story. Did Robert Englund's character, I assume, survive? I don't know. I thought it was just a weird way to end the film. That's one of my issues. But Galaxy of Terror, I like how ambitious it is. Of course, he had a brag. We manufacture those. But I was saying before, of course, James Remar played Hicks. Now, of course, James Remar got hired because he knew Walter Hill. He worked with Walter Hill on The Warriors, 48 Hours. Walter Hill was a producer on this film. Walter Hill probably told James Cameron, hey, why don't you use James Remar? I worked with him before. But James Remar had a drug problem. I think what happened was he was found out, and I think he was kicked out of the country because he's not supposed to have drugs, and I think he was kicked out. I know Walter Hill was pissed at him for that. Didn't speak to each other for a long time. Didn't use him anymore in his movies. And they had to fire James Remar, and then Michael Biehn came in last minute. But if you look at little bits here, when you see like the back of Hicks, some of these little bits are in are James Remar. Because they said when they get out and they're in the rain and they're going towards it, some of that is James Remar. Granted, it's the back of his head, but yeah. And Journey, I'm doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Bow Beyond the Stars, could take it or leave it. I do prefer Michael Biehn. I do. Because Michael Biehn, I think James Remar would have been more like Bill Paxton, and you already had that Bill Paxton type. So I like that Michael Biehn is much more of a calmer, more quiet, more reserved guy. I think that works perfectly as Hicks. Yeah, I heard about that. You know, they were definitely into the drugs. Well, Davey Viz, no, I mean James Remar was cast as Hicks. He got fired because he got caught with drugs and kicked out of the country. And so yeah, James Cameron obviously worked with Michael Biehn because of Terminator, and so had to call him last minute. But if James Remar was not caught with drugs and kicked out, then it would have been James Remar. But Michael Biehn was the better choice. Not JP. Maybe I'm not in a rush for it. Off the Deep End, I like all three of those. See, this is one of those films that it is a long film and it does take a build up, but it's not boring because it's got good characters, great environments, like this whole bit. And then when they get more into the nest and find the nest, it doesn't have wall to wall action, but it keeps your interest. It keeps you intrigued. The characters have personality. The actors are all solid. The music fits well. In other words, it's a well-made film. Doesn't look cheap. Doesn't It's not boring. It's not pretentious. Actually, I don't give a fuck about Tron 3, to be honest. Now, this type of stuff you would see a lot of other movies where you have like the monitors and the heart monitors. You would see in Predator 2 with Agent T's in the third act when they're going to the meat locker. You would see it in How Jurassic World when there's that cloaked invisible dinosaur and people are going in. You see this type thing with the monitors and such. Now, my second favorite film is Hard Target. Be Aliens and Hard Target. The my fan cut. Take care, Louise. Well, I mean, there are some films that are fun that's wall-to-wall action, Hardcore Henry being one of them. But it's like everything, you have to do it well. Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite film of all time. Hard Target is my second favorite film of all time. Predator. Yeah, I don't know, I'd have to look at my list. It's just on Letterboxd. Yeah, my top 5 is Aliens, Hard Target, Rambo 2, Predator 2, and Cobra. So actually, Cobra would be my second favorite of 1986, and then Golden Child would be number 3, which is why 86 is my favorite year for movies. I Come in Peace is number 6, Leviathan number 7, Golden Child number 8, Rambo 3 number 9, and The Blob remake number 10. You'll love this. Yeah, a little bit of the camaraderie between, like when they push, stop fooling around. Like Silverwing said, like not having Halley's hope, it leaves the mystery intact, and you could just piece together what happened. You have the acid, as one person says, looks like they bad one of Ripley's bad guys here. So you get the idea of the acid going through. We see that Gorman doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, that he thinks this is secure. And then when the shit hits the fan, he doesn't know what to do. He's frozen. So it's a good script. Aside from one thing at the end, I will say, and I'll say it now. There's one thing in the end that's really stupid. I can't explain it away. I don't know if you want me to say now or later when we get to that scene. I mean, I love John Carpenter's The Thing. It's just I think The Blob is more underrated. Carrie Henn, no, she didn't do a whole lot after this. In the 35mm, they have the original color timing. Looks nice. Not that AI shit. But yeah, the girl's name is Carrie Henn. Not JPEG. I kind of want to keep it to this film and not go over the place. Unless someone wants to send a super chat, I can answer that. But I kind of want to stick it to like this film and not like talk about random stuff. She became a teacher. That's right. I did hear about that. I think James Cameron was disappointed in the face huggers. He thought the face huggers in the first film looked better. I think that's what he said. Don't do it. The line coming up. Unless I love at first sight to me. Oh, fuck Bert. Fuck them. But I think the face huggers look great for what they need to be. But yeah, at the end of the film, when the whole her and the Queen Alien in the airlock is pretty. If you think about it, it doesn't make any sense at all. But I like the film so much, I'm able to forgive it. So it is what it is. I'll explain more, I'm sure, when we get to it. Yeah, Alien 3 are very, very nihilistic, but, what can you do? What can you do? Hey, Chaotician. Yeah, honestly, you only needed 2 films. You only needed 2 films, Alien and Aliens. You didn't need any more. Well, okay, I'll talk about now. At the end of the film, okay, she's in the airlock with the xenomorph. She opens up the door. She's like 5 feet away from space. So, first off, how much does a queen alien weigh? Like a ton? So a ton of mass is grabbing her ankle and pulling her down, and the suction of space is pulling her down, but she's able to just hold on. That's kind of ridiculous. And then, like, you're that close, you're not, like, is there any air? Is there any oxygen? What about the coldness of space? Would that not freeze you? Would that not fuck up your senses and lack of oxygen? See, I mean, I guess I don't know. I've never been in there, but like, wouldn't like it suck her out, and then the weight of the xenomorph, and then again, is there even oxygen to breathe if you're that close to open up in space? And also the coldness of space, would it like affect you? And I mean, like I said, I've never experienced it, so I could maybe say, who knows, maybe, maybe not, but it does do, it does give you pause. Go, well, that's a bit crazy, She's like this close, no protection in space. You're this close to the giant air, and it is what it is. Alien 3's biggest issue is that it didn't take the franchise in a logical step. Instead, take us to Earth. The producers decided no one wants to see that. Well, it wasn't just that. It's, hey, you like aliens? Why don't tell you go fuck yourself and kill everybody? That didn't help either. Well, Siskel and Ebert, one of the things they had issue was a kid being in danger. They hate that shit. They hate a kid being in danger. Among other stuff. I think one gave it thumbs up, one gave it thumbs down, but I forget who. Ripley, plot armor. Well, to be honest, that's the only issue I have off the deep end is that scene. The other scenes I don't mind. Just for the most part, she's protected. At the end, her killing a couple xenomorphs, I don't find that ridiculous. She knows how to use a power loader. We've seen that. So that's the only bit is that when the airlock opens and she's that close to it, I'm like, okay, she doesn't freeze or anything. She doesn't get sucked out, especially with the weight of xenomorph on her ankle. the suction of the zero, the G force doesn't suck her in. Would there be oxygen in there to breathe, or would it be that? I mean, I've never been close to space, so I don't know, but it does leave a bit of questioning. Hey, Sadie, hope you're doing well. Going well, Sadie. Can't complain. Uh, I don't know if I'd even. I don't know. Are there Alien Predator fan film festivals? Well, to be fair, I mean that's not James Cameron's. Well, yes, I guess technically, yeah. I mean, he didn't die in this movie. It was the next movie, but I get what you mean. Terminator, he died. Abyss, he died. Here, he eventually died in the next one. So, Tombstone, he died. So, there you go. Oh, his hand bit. Okay. Was he bit in the Abyss? I'm trying to remember. Where was he bit in the Abyss? Or did he bite his own hand? It's been a while since I've seen the Abyss. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Predator Killer Kills, he died. I reviewed that one, yeah. Yeah, I like District 9. I know the director wanted to do an Alien 3 with these characters, but they said no and instead went with Alien Covenant. He might have been in his own hand because he was going a bit crazy with the. I forget what that's called in the Abyss that he went through his character. Oh, and Harris bites the knife out of his hand. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's been a while since I've seen the Abyss. I like the Abyss, I just haven't seen it in a long while. I didn't see the trailer, not JPEG. I don't watch a lot of trailers nowadays. I don't care about a new Alien TV show. Yeah, and Predator Killer Killers, I wish Michael Biehn was the lead of that story. I would have been much more interested in that story as Michael Biehn. Having been an old timer and he thinks his time is done and he's able to get this new lease in life. But, it's like we have this ostracized old people. No, you can't go now. You don't sit there. You don't shut up. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You're too dirty. Yeah, David, there's a trailer for it. Well, yeah, I mean, the the Abyss was called the Abuse. Because, yeah. Well, we all know why. We've all heard the stories about the making of the Abyss. I know. I think it was in this scene or another. At one point, Lance Harrison wanted to have these eyes where there's like two pupils, but James Cameron thought that would just be a bit too weird, so it just stuck with the regular. But I know he had this thing where you want to have like these two pupils. I think that scene is to establish that maybe like is there something to worry about Bishop because he's kind of talking like Ash did, where he's looking at the face hugger and goes how nice it is. Oh, the Abyss. I mean, there was a whole lot of problems just because of where they shot it, how they shot it, and the long hours being in the water. Ed Harris almost drowned. And like James Cameron would just be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Or "Don't do that, stupid. Go over here." And "Will you just shut up?" That kind of thing. It was a very hard shoot for everybody on that film. Well, Daniel, it's fine if he does it. If someone else does it, it's bad, but if he does it, it's fine. Theatician, that was during the Terminator, not the Abyss. Because the Terminator, they're getting ready to shoot for 84. I think you Rambo 2, they're shooting around because that came out 85. Like Rambo 2 came out 85, the Abyss came out 89. So no, James Cameron's not thinking about that on the Abyss. Yeah, I like the look of the APC. It looks, like I say, I like a lot of the design in this movie. Not JP. I don't know what James Franco has to do with aliens, but you know, okay. Hey, Cornholio, hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, James Cameron is a prick, but I mean, well, now he makes shitty movies, but this is a good one. No, no problem, Theatician. No problem, man. Love the look of the nest here. Very, very cool. That's funny you said that because I completely forgot James Franco was an Alien Covenant. Well, yeah, Kevin Lewis, this was a paid request from Predminator. Predminator sent in a paid request for me to do a commentary on the theatrical cut of Aliens, and I'm about 55 minutes and 20 some seconds in. They're going to the nest. Oh, no problem off the deep end. The scariest scene. I mean, I don't know. I think because I saw these so young, I got used to them, so I didn't really get scared of these movies. I just found them entertaining. Yeah, James Franco was in Alien Covenant. He was one of the like kind of like the leader of the group, and then the accident at the beginning happens and he dies. I think they cut some of his stuff out, but yeah. And of course, Sigourney Weaver was nominated for an Oscar for this performance. Great. Wonderful. What are we supposed to use? Harsh language? Face Center scene, the med labs, that's a good scene. Yeah, I can see that. Aliens touted as a haunted house, Aliens touted as a roller coaster, and Alien 3's touted as a piece of shit. So, Alien Resurrection is the weird one with the chupacabra looking motherfucker who, and Ripley, a clone Ripley, wants to have sex with the aliens. And no grenades. I love the look of the pulse rifle too. I love the look. I love when it fires, the sound effect of it. It's very unique. I always wanted a real pulse rifle. I know you could get stuff that are made of like cardboard, but I always wanted like a real metal pulse rifle. I mean, you can find people that kind of make that stuff, but it's more cardboard style. Because I want an actual like metal, like the ones they have in the movie. What deleted scenes do I like the best for this? Honestly, like, it's small, but when Ripley and Hicks say their goodbye by saying their first name, Dwayne and Ellen, because Hitch doesn't get a final moment in the theatrical cut when you think about it. In the theatrical cut, he just goes, "We're not going anywhere," and that's it. But the special gives like one final moment for Hicks, and that was nice to see. So that was actually my favorite bit. I wish I don't know why that was taken out. It was like less than a minute long, but it gave finality somewhat to that character. No, I have a 35 millimeter version of this downloaded, Davy Vids, because I love the 35 millimeter look. I love the scratch. You have the original color, how it originally looked back in the day, which is I prefer. The scratches and stuff just gives it that tangible quality. So I have the 35 millimeter downloaded. Yeah, Thompson, and yeah. I won't get into the well, we saw an almost chest burst at the beginning, so we got an actual chest burster, and this is the time to do it. Yeah, she's not a big gun person. She would talk about later how she was surprised by how much gun stuff was in it, and she's not a fan of it. Which is ironic and hypocritical because how many fucking films has she done with guns? She was in the film Paul. She shot someone with a gun. She was in that film with Bruce Willis and Henry Cavill, Cold Light of Day. She was like a villain killing people with guns. So hypocritical. Yeah, I like the way it was. The pulse rifle looks here more. I played the Aliens arcade game. I love it. They didn't have the full rights, so it doesn't look like the characters. So like Ripley, well, it kind of looks like Ripley, but it definitely doesn't look like Hicks, and it definitely doesn't look like Newt. I think that's one of the reasons why Alien 3 doesn't have guns in it. I think isn't she like in the cabin in the woods, and at the end she had a gun and shot someone, or she had a gun. So I mean, look at that, an hour in, and I wasn't bored at all. This is how you do a build right. The characters, the environment, all the elements work well. Well, yeah, Jim Carrey said about Kick-Ass 2 because of that, what was the school shooting thing. Because, yeah, that's that movie's fault. Nice reveal. Too bad Rico Ross. Should I have given Rico Ross all that damn ammo? Waste of fucking ammo. Oh, I didn't know that was Leon's. Oh, he had Leon's gun from Resident Evil 2? Cool. Well, that's the thing is that I think it was her. She's one of the reasons why Alien 3 has no guns. And she lets picking roles where she shoots guns for someone who doesn't like guns. And the sound effect of the guns are just very memorable and unique. I have to look up like how they did that specific sound effect on the gun. See, Gorman, it's just this is what I learned from reading in the book. So let me just recite this. No instinct at all. Back in the day when you had static on monitors and stuff. No more white noise static anymore. Filmmaking is a lost art. I fully agree. Just look at 2025, the year of movies. Get the fuck out of here. And they would rip this scene off in films like Jurassic World and other stuff. Which I fucking hate Jurassic World. Now, the death of the aliens, I think an elephant is part of the sound. I think. I could be wrong on that, but part of it sounds like a little bit like an elephant. Among other stuff. Then James Horner, rest in peace. I think did a really good job with the score. My favorite score from James Horner. That military drumming fits perfectly. You had your chance, Dorman. Oh yeah, pulse rifle would be really cool to have. Hey, you know, it's good to have a shotgun, like he says, for close encounters. And I think James Cameron definitely used the budget to the best of his abilities for this. Yeah, I have Drake get a little bit of shine before he hits the bucket. Yeah, I mentioned that before about Predator 2. Oh, gotta pay attention to your surroundings. Nude fuck, you know what I mean? This is a great moment too. Right there. Badass moment from Hicks. And you gotta show that, of course, you know, they got acid for blood, so it's gotta affect something. So, yeah, let, you know, Hudson be the one to get burned a little bit. He could take it. Well, the original Alien, there's much more detail on the xenomorph because they only had one to deal with. So if you look at like its face and stuff, there's definitely more detail. This, because they had to make what 7 or 8 suits, whatever. It's not as detailed, but I thought it looks great in this too. I thought it looks great in both movies for me. And that was a thing that people didn't like about this film is that it made them seem like they're easy to kill. Like in the first Alien, they seem like the unstoppable force, but here they just be killed like a bug. I'm like, yeah, because they're not fucking immortal. They're not the Highlander. You know, they're creatures at the end of the day. And they couldn't really use guns in the first because it would burn through the damn ship. They had a flamethrower, but they couldn't shoot it because it burned through the whole ship. So, What movie do you wish James Cameron did that's not 15 Avatar sequels? I don't know. I don't know what possible projects are out there. If it was the old James Cameron, I would like to see him do what he wanted with Jurassic Park. Like he was going to do Jurassic Park. He wanted to do like Aliens. And I mean that would have been cool to see. Favorite aliens related video games? I mean, I've only played, like, to be fair, I have only played Aliens the arcade game, Alien 3 for Super Nintendo, and Alien Isolation. And I liked all three. I do like all three. I don't think I've played any other Alien stuff. I haven't played a whole lot of Aliens Colonial Marines. I never got to play AVP. Yeah, I think those are the only three I played. I liked all three. Yeah, it's how you blow up the model and stuff you repair for the next scene. We just got our asses kicked, pal. And Bill Paxton had a very tough role for this because you gotta think, normally his type of character would be the one that you want to die first, because in a lesser actor, in a lesser script, he'd be annoying, he'd be irritating, he'd be whiny, bitchy, you just want him to die. But he has such a personality, he has memorable lines, and just instead, like, I wanted him to live. I wanted him to live. Felt bad when his character dies. I know Michael Biehn had nothing but good things to say about Bill. The two of them were friends. They worked together at the end in Navy SEALs, because they were both in that film Navy SEALs. Alien Isolation is a good love letter. Yes, played that more than once. Very good movie. I mean, a video game. That's like the best Alien movie that come out since Aliens is Alien Isolation. What a horrible name to have, Spunkmeyer. Can you imagine having that damn name, Spunkmeyer? Yeah, what a horrible fucking name, Spunkmeyer. Yeah, I mean, there's a edit. It's not the best edit though. Predminator. Up there you go. I don't think it's on YouTube. No, it's not on YouTube. Predminator. I never uploaded it to YouTube. Nice model work. Nowadays, it just be all CGI. CGI fire, CGI crash, CGI everything. It just wouldn't look that great. Yeah, I definitely saw what was in his hand. I mean, that could be true. Guess he should have stuck to that. Otherwise, if he stuck to that, he'd be alive. Here's one of the big lines in the movie. Oh, not yet. It's a little bit later. DM over, man. DM over. So that'll be in a little bit. I know this is a line people make fun of a lot. They mostly come out at night, mostly. They make fun of Carrie Henn's line. I didn't really see an issue with the line, but I know a lot of people made fun of it. I know that this is around the time we'll get. Oh yeah, he introduces the sentry guns in the special edition. Obviously, that's not in this. Well, when they went into the facility, I mean, it wasn't complete nighttime. Like there was still light out. It wasn't bright sunshiny day, but it was still there was still light in there outside when they went into the facility. But here, I mean, it would be complete nighttime with no lights out there. Why'd you put her in charge? That's one of my favorite bits from him. I love that. Why'd you put her in charge? Oh, no problem. Off the deep end. Have a good night, man. No, no problem. I get what you mean, tacticians. No problem. I get it. No, I don't get it. Shut the fuck up. No, I get it. I get what you mean, man. Look at that big ass controller she has. Looks like what the hell is that old video game system where you had to push the buttons in? This is an old video game where you had the control like push all the buttons. I forget what the hell which system that was. So not Atari. Was it Coleco? I forget which one it was. Yeah, the 40th anniversary next year. I would assume it might have been in television. I'm thinking of. I might be thinking of in television. Yeah, I would think the 40th anniversary they would do something big for this. I would think. Yeah, Atari Jaguar had it. Which Silverwings here he owns a Jaguar because he played on his channel Alien vs Predator for Jaguar. Is that like your favorite game involving the alien? The AVP one? Because I think you played as the Predator, the Marine, and the alien in that. Hey, Andy T. Shore. I never owned a Jaguar, so I never played it. Well, I have the 4-hour version downloaded. I'm not paying all that money to get the other version. It's too goddamn much money. Like the Aliens expanded. Like, I'm trying to think, like, that's funny. There's a Reddit that says, "Don't buy the Aliens expanded documentary." That's hilarious. But yeah, it's fucking $65 plus shipping. One disc upgrade. What does that mean? One disc upgrade. So it used to be $100 digital. Now it's $65 plus shipping. It's still a fuckload of money. I love Aliens, but I can't pay 65 fucking dollars for a goddamn documentary plus shipping. Well, no, that's a lie. Sorry. 2 disc collector's edition is $100. The one disc is $65. So if you want the 2 disc, it's $100. Which is weird, like, because they say the one disc upgrade, but they describe it like it's a 2 disc. So they're fucking idiots. I'm not paying $100 for it. Well, I found it online. I found a 4-hour cut online, and I haven't watched it yet because it's 4 fucking hours. I need some time to, a whole night. But I have it on my computer, the 4-hour one. I haven't watched it yet though. Yeah, check out Silverwing's 21 video on. Yeah, Cornholio. Since you like AVP, the Atari Jaguar, check out Silverwing's 21 here. Check out his playthrough. He did a really good job on it. Definitely check it out. I think you would enjoy it. Doing well, Martin. How are you doing? No, it's a theatrical cut. I'm about an hour and 21 minutes into it. Now, in the extended cut, in the other cut, this is extended. Well, Bill Paxton's like talking about bees and stuff. The same bees. I know that. Or does he answer bees? I forget. Martin, that was the extended cut. Ants, okay, it was ants. Does that? I was thinking like, yeah. Plus, to be honest, I mean, I'd rather stream this every week than watch fucking Superman or Fantastic Four, where other bullshit coming out. Yeah, Lance Henriksen did great as Bishop. Bill Paxton, he's a great part. Hope you're doing well, Nicholas. Grief Universal, doing well. Hope you're doing good. I think this is the clip they used when she was nominated for the Oscar. Because at the Oscars, they'll show like a clip from the film. I think this is the clip they use. Nominee for Best Actress. I think it's this scene they use. Yeah, I prefer the special edition, but again, this request for the theatrical cut to be different. Yeah, I've seen them. I like the film. People have done comparisons where there's a lot of similarities between this and them. You find it on YouTube and other places where people have done show side by side comparisons. I haven't seen them in a long time, but I do remember liking it. I did. Yeah, I've seen the video. Oh, thanks, Grief Universal. And yeah, if you think about it, for an action film, we're almost 90 minutes in, and we've only had one action scene, really. The soldiers fighting in the nest, and then her getting them out in the APC. But it's the story and the characters, the dialogue, the look of the film, all the elements come together and working well. And then the action can be that exclamation point. You tell me out. We count you on everything, huh? Kind of Bishop trying to throw a little bit of humor. Oh, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've seen them, but that's cool, Tactician. This had to be so claustrophobic. I would be so claustrophobic in that. I like the little touch that he says, "Watch your fingers," because of his programming of not allowing harm, not harming anything. But again, that's such a claustrophobic look to it. Now, I think there was going to be a scene that at one point Bishop is going through that tunnel and there'd be a xenomorph. Well, he hands the gun back because it's against his programming to harm anything. So he wouldn't be able to use it anyway. He even says, with my programming, I can't harm anything or be told to harm anything. So it's against his programming. So what's he going to do with a gun? He's literally been programmed he can't harm anything. Now, granted, that program was for humans, but still part of the program he can't harm anything. So what's he going to do with a gun? And of course, in the extended cut, we saw a bit more of the sentry gun, the setting it up, among other stuff, but that's been all taken out. And of course, this scene they completely fucking rip off an alien Romulus, showing her the gun. Like they completely ripped this shit off on alien Romulus. Yeah, Bishop Akara Xenomorph, but he's not organic. Yeah, yeah. This scene here, alien Romulus completely ripped this fucking scene off. In the same framing and all that shit. Yeah, the blue look. I just see what you mean. Brief. I mean, people like what they want. They can like whatever they want. I just disagree with them. Romulus, I thought was lazy. I thought was Alien's greatest hits. I thought was just, do you remember this? Do you remember this? Do you remember this? He said that line. He said the line from Aliens. Get away from her, you bitch. He said that line. There's that scene where he shows the girl out with the gun, just like in Aliens. There's Ash, done in really bad CGI. You remember Ash? I remember Ash. That xenomorph is a xenomorph from the first Alien that I guess didn't die because they it was brought. I guess it only got a fucking rocket ship, blast, but apparently that didn't kill it in the first Alien. Apparently, now this time period where all these like electricity they do with animation, they have animators come in. I think that looks better than CGI. I really do. Like whenever I see like electricity, same in the Terminator and other films, I just think animated lighting just looks better than CG. One of those prop guns can fire the grenade launcher. Well, I would have kept that one too. Why wouldn't aliens be canon? Why would aliens not be canon? Yeah, I like the look of the electric stuff back then. It just it looks more real. Again, I think them animating it just looks better than the CGI stuff. You got the 4K Terminator, very cool. Fucking Burke took the damn gun. Definitely an effective scene for what it's trying to showcase. Yeah, bitch boy Burke, exactly. With and we see how tough the glass. Well, not only because she can't break it with the chair, but even when they shoot with the pulse rifle, he's got to jump through the thing, and then the glass kind of breaks apart. Well, at least the girl's not screaming all the time like some movies do. She's not screaming every 5 minutes. She screams when you need it to work. When it's effective. I mean, it is sad when I look at this, and I know I'm harsh in my criticisms, and I'm very picky with movies, like food. I can't help it. I'm just very picky with films. But man, there hasn't been a good alien film since this one, in my opinion, and I wish they would just stop. I do. Alien Resurrection was lame. I hated Prometheus. I think that film sucks. Covenant sucked. Romulus sucked. I don't care about this Alien TV show. Well, Predminator, I'm assuming, number one, probably to go back to pay for his crimes, to really get in on the company for what they knew, what they didn't tell, what their plans were, any information that Burke could tell him along the way, other stuff. Boom. Good dive through. And to definitely show how tough it is to get these damn things off. As they should. Yeah, be careful of that damn acid, yeah. And I mean, this is a siege movie. This is a siege film. I mean, like Assault on Precinct 13 and From Dusk Till Dawn and a lot of those movies. I'm a fan of siege movies. VFW with Stephen Lane, who was in Avatar with James Cameron. Another good siege movie. You don't really see a lot of siege movies nowadays, at least not in theaters that I could think of. You dog me, pal. And Paul Reiser just trying to bullshit his way out of this, but don't buy it, dude. Don't buy it for $1 or a penny. No, you're pathetic, dude. You shut the fuck up. You're a pathetic bitch. I know if you see Michael Bean's outfit, he hates that heart thing on his chest because he didn't put it there. I guess it would have been James Remar that put it there, but he hates it because he thought it was so like obvious and bright red, like it was a target. But if you look at Michael Bean's chest plate, there's a heart thing. He hates that. He hated that it was there. Because, yeah, I think it was the other actor that put it on there. Well, I mean, Dawn of the Dead, a chunk of the movie is them getting into the mall. Maybe more Dawn of the Dead remake. I would say like the Dawn of the Dead remake, maybe a little bit more. Because really, when they get into the mall in the original Dawn of the Dead, it takes a while for them to do it. They clear house. And really, they're just relaxing until maybe with the bikers, maybe that bit there in a way. I do like the designs of these welders, these welding things as well. I draw attention to the armor as opposed to unarmored parts. Maybe it's like he just wanted something to look a little bit cooler than this heart. At least like the logos of Batman Punisher look a little bit cooler. Yeah, the red lighting works well for this scene. It definitely fits with the atmosphere of the whole sequence. which is a line that I say a lot, short control bursts. Oh, here we go. The Marine actors got to customize their armor. James. Yeah. I talked about the James Remar stuff a lot earlier into the film. Definitely one of the cool scenes. The reveal. The oh shit moment for the audience. Definitely one of the big action parts of the movie. I love that shot from right to left that really shows just the amount of creatures here. Now, granted, it's going to be the same 7 or 8 people, but it still gives the illusion of a ton of them. What a fucking prick. Should have shot him in the face. Should have shot him in the face earlier. Hudson, I mean, Hudson goes out, but he goes out like a badass, gotta admit. He goes out like a badass. But he lost his shit. You can't lose your shit. You can't lose your shit. That's a cool shot, too, when he got ducked and the thing's going up above him. I've heard of Primitive War. There's a movie on it, too. Like, I don't know if you know this, Kid Tissue. There's a movie called Primitive War that's about dinosaurs in Vietnam. So I'm guessing they based it on that novel. Now, of course, even in the extended cut, there's not the scene where you see Ripley go through the nest to rescue Newt and finds Burke and hands him a grenade. Now, that scene did get released later on a release, but it was cool to see. I mean, I get why he's not in the film, but it was cool to see. Sweet Persuade, I didn't see Superman, so whatever. Fuck the new Superman. I don't give a shit. I know in movies they always have a big tendency to have air shafts that you could crawl in like this. Die Hard, this film, even War Games, which I saw the other day, rewatched the other day. It's always air shafts big enough for people to just crawl through. I've never been in a real one like that, so usually they're a lot thinner. Yeah, you could assume though if it's that big of a complex that they could have ones that big. Well, I mean, Theatrician, it's a direct to streaming movie, so the effects aren't really that great. No, I think coming up is Gillian Hurd, these up close shots with the gun. Yeah, these shots are Gillian Hurd, these up close. Not all of them, but some of them. Some up close shots with the gun. I think when the foot's on the head and shoots that up close to the hand, that's Gillian Hurd. So a couple of those shots were yellow and herd as Vasquez. Donald Fury, I haven't been to a fair in 20 years, so I don't know. Yeah, some of the up close shots of the gun, like when she puts the alien's head with her foot and up close, that's yellow and herd. And lo and behold, you actually feel bad when characters die, which is what they rarely do nowadays. It's just like, God damn it, I gotta deal with this shit too. Because she knows how to do recoil. It's Gail the close up because she knows how to do the recoil of a pistol. Yeah, very cool. Nah, I didn't know there was that Dino Fury. I could just imagine being in 1986 and seeing this film for the first time, not knowing anything about it, being completely blind, and just how crazy it would have been of an experience. And I know there's a video where Quentin Tarantino he describes that experience because he really enjoyed the film and him and his buddies. It just really pisses me off because we don't get that nowadays. We get stupid shit like the stupid looking new Superman. Yeah, go see a Superman where he gets the shit kicked out of him and he's a pussy and his parents are fucking people that want him to fucking spread his seed and conquer the earth. And here's a bunch of stupid jokes every 5 minutes. Ha ha ha. Great. Like, I want to see that stupid fucking super shit. Or Fantastic Four skin with a silver tittied fucking Silver Surfer that should stick the surfboard up her fucking pussy, and then I'd be impressed. I've only seen one episode. Yeah, that is a cool looking shot coming out of the water. I've only seen one episode of Smallville. I only have one or two Funko Pops, and those were gifts. I even like the idea of having the doll because for a split second, the audience would think, is that the kid's head? Did it rip the kid's head off? And you go, oh, it's the doll's head. But I think that's why James Cameron did that. It's because you briefly go past it, you in your mind think, did he rip the kid's head off? Oh, there it is. And here's where it hits is going to get fucked up. Goddamn slow ass elevators. And much like Terminator, he's going to have a lady helping his limping ass alone. On your feet, soldier. On your feet. Michael Bean must be like, God, this is a bit of deja vu. Sarah Connor had to limp my ass around. Now Ellen Ripley. Well, I mean, if there's women to do it, those are the two best to do it. I know recently there's the RoboCop game, and I guess they released like a kind of like a DLC for it, but it's kind of like RoboCop going through a building like the Judge Dredd movie. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people, it looks cool. Makes you wonder if like one day they could do like a remake of Aliens Colonial Marines or something like that. I don't know. As simple of an idea as it is, I love the idea of having both the pulse rifle and the flamethrower as a dual unit. I love this gear up scene where you see a lot of this back in the day. Rambo doing it at the beginning of Rambo First Blood Part 2. We got the knife and the other stuff. Arnold and Commando. The kind of gearing up for war, up close shots. God, my favorite gear up scene, that is tough. You know what? This is going to be off the beaten path. Lisa Wilcox in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. I think it's because of the music, especially. Because for a while I had an intro to my videos. I would use that music, and I was addicted to that music. That bah, da, 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 and the symbolism of her getting rid of all this clutter, so her more and more of her face is seen, because she was always the person in the bubble, and now she's not holding back anymore. But Evil Dead 2 had it with the groovy Commando, this film, Rambo 2. That was an 80s staple, man. It was an 80s staple. And they were fun to see. Predator 2, that's a good one. But this is a great one too. Because like I would say this is like the second part of it. Yeah, it's been almost 40 years, and this is the last good Alien film, but well, we're just haters. Listen, if you love every Alien film that's come out since, I'm glad for you. I'm glad you got something to rah for. I'm glad. Terrific. It's not the same for everybody. Well, after the first film, she definitely knows how to use a flamethrower. Now, of course, in the special edition, it makes it even more apparent as to why she's so gun ho to find this girl. Obviously, in this is because she's a little girl, but in the original, the extended cut is because she already lost one daughter because of all this, because being made to be going to Steve Pod, 57 years, her daughter got old and died. She already lost one kid. She's not going to lose this kid either. So you get even more of her motivation. Still works in this though. This is around the time when you would see her find Burke, and we know he has a chest burster in him. She gives him a grenade, which is on the Blu-ray, the set. There's no one around, Ripley. Stop wasting the fucking ammo. No, I get it. Nothing wrong with being cautious. Unless you run out of ammo, but gotta be, I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be cautious as well. That's cool, Dino Fury. You're littering. Yeah, but the turrets we wouldn't even know about until the special edition. Although hell, part of me would have been fine with her shooting even more aliens. I would have been fine if it did go commando style, her shooting, 20 aliens. I don't know. We'll count. There's number one. Now, is that three or is that one of them the same? So right there, did she kill three of them, or did she kill like it took a couple shots for one or two of them to go down? Yeah, no Hudson. I mean, that would have been cool. I think Laserdisc, they were. Well, probably I think they were on Laserdisc, and also I think probably when they did the TV version, they might have put them back in the TV version because they needed sometimes more content because they have the TV commercials. So if it's a long enough movie, then they're like, okay, well, we'll add some stuff to bring it to the next, I don't know, be probably 3 hours or so with the TV commercials. Christopher Nolan, I don't think I don't know if he's I don't know. I don't know. So we have the Queen here. Great design by Stan Winston and his crew. Excellent piece of special effect. Like the music. I think the music fits very well with the tone. Yeah, a lot of TV cuts. I mean, Cobra, Arrow Video released that, and the Cobra TV cut, there's added scenes in there. Yeah, it's definitely a build up to the Queen, but once she arrives, she does still make an impression. Yeah, the Queen's still very cool to look at. It still holds up. Yeah, most definitely. And then that was another thing. James Cameron said, if I did the film today, I would do it CGI. James Cameron said that in an interview. If I did that movie today, I would do the Alien Queen CGI. James Cameron doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He made the fucking films. He still doesn't get it. I've seen the TV cut before. It just, of Cobra, it's just, you see a little bit more of where the killers work at. Like they worked at the fish market or stuff. There's a scene where a kid brings a box to the cops and they open it and it's a hands that were cut off, but you don't see a whole lot of gore or anything because it's still a TV cut. But it's like a lot. The rest of it is like kind of little added dialogue stuff. It's not really any big action scenes or stuff added in, so it's like, whatever. There's another one there, another one there, and another one there. So there's 3 there. And did she kill, when she rescued 3 or so? 2 or 3? I know she kills at least 1 when she leaves. So killing chunk of her egg sacs. Just a bit of her. Get rid of what's in her basement. Put a little bit of hurting on you. Yeah, don't step on it. Don't step into the acid, kid. Well, Cameron got into a fight with a lot of people. So just looking at we got like 16 minutes left of the film. Mm. Now, what's interesting about this scene, it uses music from the first movie. If you listen closely, when she has the flamethrower and is doing this to the alien queen, that's music from Jerry Goldsmith and the first Alien. And this right here, this is music from the first film. It's interesting, this is the only time music from the first film's in it, is this bit here. So this is Jerry Goldsmith. This is from the first Alien. That's a cool shot. So I just found it interesting that of all the scenes, this is the only scene with the music from the first movie. That's Jerry Goldsmith. So I'm assuming he didn't have some of that James Horner stuff that he could use there, or he just liked that music from the first film. And he's like, I'm going to use it for this scene. Well, again, James Horner, he wanted the film as edited as possible to store it, and he wanted to wait. James Cameron didn't want that. He's like, I need it as soon as possible. So that's why there's a big bad back and forth between him and James Horner. And James Horner never worked with him again until Titanic. But yeah, the big battle of back and forth, butting of heads. More likely, either James Horner had something for that and James Cameron didn't like it, or James Cameron's like, I need something for this. You know what? I'm just going to use this scene from the first movie, this track, because it works. It does work. And yeah, just interesting. That's the one scene that has music from the first film, which is the same music if you watch the trailer for the film Warning Sign, which has the Afrocoto in it. Warning Sign has that music in the trailer. This is another Fox movie that came out after Alien, but before this. So, again, if you watch the trailer for Warning Sign, which to me is 28 Days Later before 28 Days Later, I love Warning Sign. The trailer uses that track we heard over. Thank God the elevator is big enough to fit that fucker in. And here we're going to have the start of Bishop's Countdown, my favorite track on the score, used in countless movie trailers. From Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, let me see. It was used in Alien 3, which was ironic because they tried to make Alien 3 look like a damn action film. From Dusk Till Dawn, Ghost in the Machine. It was used in the trailer for that film. Lake Placid, Minority Report. There's even some trailers of Misery where they use that score. And The Good Son. Time Cop, Volcano. So he was using a lot. Yeah, Volcano, one of the trailers has the music from this. Time Cop trailer. The Good Son. I think Nightbreed, but in the Minority Report. For Dust Till Dawn, Ghost in the Machine, Lake Placid. So he was using a lot of trailers. If you get someone to score a movie in that short of time, I like to meet him. I might learn a thing or two. But yeah, even with all that pressure, he was able to come up with something like Bishop's Countdown, which is, to me, a classic piece of music. And again, even the piece of music that was cut out of this, but used for Die Hard. I said this before, but for those who came in later, at the end of Die Hard, when Sergeant Al Powell, original Val Johnson, shoots the guy at the end and saves Bruce Willis, that music is from this movie that was cut out. And yeah, I think it was the scene when Ripley's coming out of the airlock. What do you mean? I didn't hide him. What are you talking about? He's right here. He's not hidden. He's right here. So I don't know what you're talking about. I see him right here. And I have no notification. I have no... What are you talking about, Predminator? He's right there. If he was hit, I wouldn't be able to highlight him. So what are you talking about? He's right there. So, Predminator, what are you talking about? He's right here. I see no notification. I have no idea what you mean. That's such a cool shot with the mouth opening. Great shot before Bishop being pulled apart, ripped apart. Very cool effect. Great work with the wires and stuff, moving the queen. CGI would not. Yeah, I don't think CGI would work nearly as well because it just looked fake, look cartoonish. Just a little too cartoonish. Huh. That's weird. For some reason, it didn't show up on mine. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was just a quick mistake. I don't know. I mean, if Team Pin is in here, he can explain. If you're in your Team Pin, get away from her, you bitch. Classic moment. Great spit with the power loader. Great fight here. Okay, does Team Pin, you want to explain what's going on, dude? If you're in here, you want to explain what's going on, dude? And why did TOTM have to unhide him? Can you explain that, guys? I don't know why I'm not getting notified on this. Like, StreamYard doesn't show it, I guess. Because I'm looking at the StreamYard, not at the YouTube thing. So maybe StreamYard doesn't show that. It is a great battle. It's a great battle, back and forth. Again, I believe there's a guy behind Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, it's probably just a mistake. He probably just hit a... I would assume, because Team Pin's a good guy, I would assume he just hit a button by mistake. Well, thank you, Teo Teeman. I don't know what that means, Team Pin. What do you mean something's wrong with your YouTube channel? Oh, yeah, Teo Team. I didn't even know you were in here. I must have missed it before, but how's it going, Teo Team? How's it going? I was going to pull her down. There you go. Oh, no problem. Now, this is the bit where I was talking about where I have a little bit of an issue. So, if you see this scene here, she opens this. So, she has this ton of a xenomorph grabbing and dragging her down, and the suction of space pulling her down, and she's able to look at that. Look how the xenomorph is holding her, and I mean, I guess she's Ripley, but goddamn, that's a lot of. I wouldn't be able to do that. How the fuck would anyone be able to hold that shit? And also, like, look how close she is to space. The cold, lack of oxygen. Would she be able to even survive there? With Ed, I mean, look how the such is pulling this girl. Would she even be able to pull herself up? An idea, would she even be able to breathe? The coldest 0 G's possibly, maybe. So, I guess. Oh, hey there, Freddy Lit. I sent another request to. Oh, okay. So, is there something you want me to do then, if that's the case? So yeah, that's one of my only issues with the film is that this weight of the xenomorph, the queen is pulling her down, as well as the stuff sucking her in, and like space is cold, so even that close you would feel it, and would there even be air for her to breathe? And so, I mean, if you guys can explain it, let me know. But I love to hear it. But like Predminator, can you explain that to me? But yeah, Freddy Lit, let me know. Well, Freddy Lit, just do you want to just tell me what the request is, and I'll just write it down instead of you doing it then sending it back? I mean, if you want to tell me what it is, I could write it down. That way, you don't have to do the back and forth. If you want, you just tell me in the chat. Astronaut suit cut open or something and did manage to survive being out in space for a few seconds. Well, I mean, that was more than a few seconds, but yeah. Like, this is her entire body, and that was, and having to, it's a movie. I know. It's just a movie. I know. That's why I could go ignore it. But it's just one of those things that, as a kid, I never thought of it. When I watch, I'm like, yeah, this is escapism. It's escapism. It's sci-fi. It's not a documentary. Love that ending shot. Love the music. Think the music's beautiful. Then the next movie, they kill everybody. They just fucking kill everybody. So fuck Alien 3. But I love the way that ends. Then the next film, they kill everybody. I think that's how James Cameron ends his commentary. In this movie, they kill everybody. So they do. But yeah, that's a classic film. Classic movie. Still holds up. I do prefer the extended cut, but that's still a classic. I could watch that any day. I could watch that any week and not get tired of it. So, yeah, like you said, it's just a movie. It's just one of those things that, comes to mind. Yeah, no happily ever after for them. It is for me, to me, none of the other films exist. Hell, they've done it for Halloween. I mean, they killed Jamie Lee Curtis's character off screen in Halloween 4. Then they killed her in Halloween Resurrection. Then they did Halloween 2018. So, I mean, if they do that all the time. They were going to do that for Aliens when the guy did District 9 was going to direct it with Michael Biehn and Sigourney Weaver coming back, but they went and did Alien Covenant instead. Yeah, Kickboxer 2, the less said about that movie, the better. I'm not a Kickboxer 2 fan. I hate Kickboxer 2. A lot of movies do that stupid shit, and I fucking hate it, man. It's annoying. It's irritating. I'll stay on for a bit longer because I still have to wait for Freddie Litt's response to what he wants to replace that with. Let me write that down. Ron Kind. Is it Ron Teen or Ron Kind? It sounds like it should be Ron Kind. Or is it really called Ron Teen? Somehow an 80s on Sulaco. I mean, I guess the queen just shit it out in between getting on and killing Bishop or ripping Bishop. I guess. Nah, Premier, I think you'd be fine with keeping what you have. I mean, there's clips on his YouTube channel. Just look at the clips and see if that appeals to you or not. Like, he has a YouTube channel called Movies and Popcorn. Just look at the clips, and if you don't see much of a difference, then no, I wouldn't pay for it. Because you have it, you don't mind it. I mean, it's pretty much it's a little bit cleaner than the Blu-ray. Well, Freddie Lit, I have it written down, so yeah, I have it written down. So it's all good. Freddie Lit, I have it here. Oh, it is Kind. Okay. Okay, thank you, Freddie Lit. I have it written down here, so it's all good. I have it written down. And your other reaction to the Quinn video will be up tomorrow. So I'll upload it tomorrow before I head to bed, because I'm a night owl, so I usually go to bed 4 or 5 in the morning. So I'll upload it before then, and it'll be up on the channel, Freddy Lit, that previous one. So there you go. Gone Whole, I don't really care about any of the shit coming out. I really don't. I really do not. I really don't. I think they were joint commentaries. Not solo. Because, yeah, I think with Stum and Mark, we did Alien Resurrection. I did a commentary on the special edition, Alien 3. I did a solo one 7 years ago on Covenant. Me and Stum and Mark did one for Alien. I don't think we did it for Alien versus Predator. Oh yeah, we did 11 months ago for Predminator, Alien versus Predator. So yeah, no problem, Freddy Lit. Gone Whole, I don't know. Don't ask me, I don't know. I'm not the one doing it. I'm not doing the 4K. Thank Gone Whole, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I appreciate the kindness. But I guess that'll be it. So I'll end it here. That was just for the commentary. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks, Predminator, for the requests. Take care, everyone. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Definitely a lot more to come. A lot more video game. Going to upload the rest of the Ninja Turtles PS2, or at least some more tomorrow. I have 2 more parts. I'll probably upload that sometime tomorrow. Freddy Litz, among other stuff. So definitely a lot more. Yeah, hopefully one day I'll play some more Alien games. Colonial Marines or AVP or something. Maybe one day down the road I'll do that. We'll see. But thanks. Take care, everyone. I'll be back here for Friday Night Lives. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now. Later.